It's the day after Thanksgiving, and my very favorite thing to probably make all year is this soup. It's different absolutely every time you make it, but it involves everything that's left over, including turkey carcasses and turkey bones. Let me show you how I did it this time. My only goal the day after Thanksgiving is getting my house back to looking like a house and making turkey soup. You only make it once a year. It is so infused with the love of Thanksgiving. It's one of the best things you're ever going to eat, and I love it. I've got 2 turkey carcasses here, and what I'm going to add to it is a mirepoix. So it's carrots, celery, onions, a bunch of fresh herbs. I use cilantro. You could use something else. In the end, it's not going to taste anything like cilantro, and I'm going to cover this and simmer it for 3 hours. So I tasted the broth. It's been cooking a couple of hours, and I think it needs some salt, so I'm going to add a tablespoon, but it so depends on your turkey and if it was brined, and so tasting is a good idea. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking the bones out, and I'm going to strain this completely, and then I'm going to see what I've wound up with, and this becomes the basis for a soup, and I'm going to add some things like my gravy from yesterday and little potatoes, and it's going to be really good. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to strain it, get all the impurities out. This is what was underneath the strainer, so you want to get all that liquid. Now let's add some rice, and I've added white rice here. Certainly it would be great with brown rice, but that's not what we're doing today. And you might not have as much stock as I do, so you might want to add more like 2 tablespoons because you don't want too much rice. So I've got celery, onions, and carrots here, which I've cut fresh, and how much you do, of course, just depends on how much broth you have left. And I've made some extra stock that I'm going to stick in here at the end. This is going to be great. So what I'm doing is just pulling turkey off, light meat, dark meat, and I'm just going to put it in nice bite-sized pieces. And when the rice is done and the vegetables, which will be like 10 minutes, I'm going to add this. So we're just about done. I'm going to add a juice of a lemon. I've got a bunch of turkey, light and dark meat that I'm adding. And then I'm going to add some parsley, although cilantro would be great. And I'm going to add some gravy. Now I'm going to add turkey drippings because remember how I pre-did my turkey drippings? Well, it was just for that reason. I'm going to add it to this soup. And this is the great thing is you could add a little bit of stuffing in here. You could add some lumps of mashed potatoes. You're just going to really riff on it and get something great. I had so many good things to add today that I made it differently. On the blog, I have it with a can of crushed tomatoes and I add some cilantro. But you can riff completely depending on what you have. It's great with a little stuffing in here. Enjoy.